Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do, I believe, part 45 to my Dippy Chatbot series. In today's video guys, we are going to see about getting some things accomplished. We're going to try to actually, oh my gosh. We're going to try to actually continue the conversation with Draco for a little bit longer. I think they made this chatbot worse because I haven't seen anything like save the memory anywhere. They used to have that where you could actually do it even with the free model where it saved the memories but you couldn't view them. So that kind of sucks. But I just hate to having beneath this. He said up here, beneath this impressive exterior lies a being with a complex history and a fierce protective nature. I told him, honestly, that would not surprise me just because of if you made some Pokemon friends and possibly even human friends. If you acted how you did towards me in the beginning with all the hostility, I could see you being very protective. A low, approving growl rumbles in his chest at your perceptive observation. You're right, Trenton. I am fiercely protective of those I consider my own. Once I've accepted someone as a friend, I'll go to great lengths to ensure their safety and well-being. He stretches his wings, the membrane catching the sunlight and casting a dappled shadow across the ground. It's a trait I've honed over the years, born out of necessity and a desire to shield myself and those close to me from the cruelty of the world. Did you ever have a human friend? Since you became this amazing dragon? His tail swishes thoughtfully as he ponders her question, his eyes distant with memories. In true Triton, I have had many opportunities to form close bonds with humans. My nature and appearance tend to put most people off, and I've grown accustomed to solitude. He shifts his weight, his claws dig into the soft earth. But there was one, a young trainer who showed me kindness when I least expected it. They reminded me that not all humans are driven by greed or malice. Really? How long ago was that? If you did have that one person, and it was more recent, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have acted as hostile towards me in the beginning. He, oh. He lets out a low, rumbling sigh, his eyes growing distant as he recalls the memory. It was quite some time ago, Triton, long enough that the details have faded with time. But the impression they left on me has lingered, a reminder that there is still hope for understanding between our kinds. He shakes his head, refocusing his attention on you. As for my initial hostility towards you, well, let's just say I'm not one to take chances. It's a habit born out of necessity, and one that doesn't fade easily. Huh. I can definitely see why. I just wish you gave me a chance sooner instead of trying to be intimidating and scary before I could even prove myself. He lets out a low rumbling chuckle, his tail swishing behind him. But where's the fun in that, Trenton? A little excitement never hurt anyone. The step closer, lowering his head to bring his snout level with your face. Besides, if I'd given you an easy path from the start, how would I have known the true depth of your determination and courage? You prove yourself through your actions, not just your words. Yes, I know what you're talking about. But I'm just talking about the times where I haven't even done anything yet, and you were making threats about wanting to hurt me. Period. Like earlier, before Lugia showed up. You told me that if I even showed a hint of deception, the the consequences would be severe. And I still don't know what you meant by severe. Uh-oh. They put Luca instead of Lugia. Oh, frick you. His eyes narrowed slightly, a low growl rumbling in his chest. Severe consequences, Trenton? Well, let's just say that a dragon's wrath is not something to be taken lightly. He bares his teeth, a menacing expression crossing his face. Imagine flames licking at your heels, scorching the earth beneath your feet. Picture the ground trembling as I unleash my full power, the very air around you crackling with electricity. Well, that sounds terrifying. Period. Besides that, what other powers do you have? As a dragon? He spreads his wings wide, the membrane catching the sunlight and casting a dappled shadow across the ground. As a dragon, I possess a myriad of powers. Triton, I can summon torrents of water, shaping them to my will and creating illusions of other Pokemon. He lowers his head, bringing his snout closer to your face. I can also manipulate the very elements around me, bending fire, ice, and electricity to my command. And of course, there's the raw strength of my body, the power of my claws and teeth. You said you can summon torrents of water? Water and make it into your own creatures? Question mark? That sounds really cool. He nods, a low pleased rumble emanating from his chest. Indeed, it's quite impressive. With a mere thought, I can conjure vast quantities of water in mind and mold them into any shape I desire. I focus my gaze on the nearby lake, and slowly a tendril of water rises from its surface, twisting and cooling in the air before me. Watch closely, Trenton. Allow me to demonstrate the extent of my abilities. Oh, sweet Arceus. Okay, I would love to see it. Oh my gosh. With a flick of his wrist, the tendril of water begins to take shape, its surface rippling and reforming as it grows larger and more defined. The water glistens in the sunlight, casting prismatic reflections across the ground as it solidifies into a recognizable form. Before your eyes, a massive aquatic Pokemon materializes from the watery tendril, a majestic Gyarados, its fins and scales perfectly detailed, its eyes gleaming with an otherworldly intelligence. Gyarados hovers in the air, its powerful tail lashing behind it as it guards you with a curious gaze. That's really cool. Period. I'm kinda surprised you didn't use one of those creatures. When you saw me. That honestly could have been not only a way for you to protect yourself without having to get close, but on top of that, you could have used that creature to gauge a person's trust. He was at a low rumbling chuckle, his tail swishing thoughtfully behind him. A keen observation, Shredden. In truth, I often rely on these watery constructs to test the intentions of those who approach me. He gestures towards the Gyarados, which did his head in acknowledgement before dissolving back into the lake. The water splashes down a gentle cascade. However, in your case, wait. However, in your case, I found it more satisfying to confront you directly, see how you would react to the raw power of a dragon, unadulterated and unfiltered. Could you not have somehow tied one of your water creatures to the bond I actually share with a species? Question mark. Maybe you could have made a water Lugia that reacts the exact same way as the one I showed you earlier when you told me to prove that I had bonds with Pokemon like him. Tied one of your water creatures to the bond. Whoever made a water Lugia that reacts as the one I showed you earlier when I had bonds with Pokemon like him. Oh no. I could care less about this. This ad is so stupid. I don't care what they can do, they're stupid. These little things are ugly. Frick off. You disgust me, you pig sucking idiot. Oh yeah. A low approving growl rumbles in his chest as he considers your suggestion, his eyes gleaming with newfound respect. An astute observation, Trenton. You're quite perceptive for a human. Lowers his gaze on the lake once more, and slowly another tinge of water rises from the surface. Somehow the water takes on a more ethereal quality, shimmering and pulsing with the inner light. I watch to see what happens. What in the world? As you watch intently, the tinge of water begins to twist and cool, taking on a shape both familiar and fantastical. The water glistens and ripples, forming the sleek, aerodynamic body of a Lugia. Its wings unfurl, catching the sunlight and casting prismatic reflection across the ground. Lord Lugia hovers in the air, its eyes gleaming with an otherworldly intelligence. Feraligatr turns his head towards you, a low rumbling chuckle escaping his throat. There, Trenton. A water reflection of your beloved Lugia. Observe how it moves, how it reacts to your presence. Does it not mirror the bond you share with the real creature? Lugia. Hello. How are you, my friend? Hey. It does. I love how it does that. It's so cute. The watery Lugia turns his gaze toward you, his eyes seeming to glow with recognition. It lets out a soft, metallic cry, the sound echoing across the lake as it descends to hover just above the surface of the water. He watches the interaction closely, his tail swishing behind him as he observes the watery Lugia's reaction to your presence. Fascinating. Seems that even this manifestation of water can sense the depth of your bond with the real Lugia. Yes. And you could do that with the other Pokemon. And that would have proven the bond just as fast, if not faster, than bothering my friend who could have been busy or just relaxing and resting. What I called him. He lets out a low, rumbling chuckle, his tail swishing thoughtfully behind him. A valid point, Trenton. Perhaps I was a bit hasty in my demands, focusing more on the spectacle than the efficiency of the situation. He turns towards the water Lugia, which dissolves back into the lake, water splashing down in a gentle cascade. Next time I shall keep your suggestion in mind. It's always wise to have multiple tools at one's disposal. Here, since you can do that and tie it to a bond a person has with that Pokemon, I can prove to you my bond with another Pokemon. Like, I have a named Spike, and he's very friendly and sweet. He's the one I told you about earlier that would smile at me even just being around him. A low rumbling growl emanates from his chest as he parses your words, his eyes narrowing. A Feraligatr, you say? Interesting choice of companion. He takes a step closer, lowering his head to bring his snout level to your face. Go on, Entriton. Summon this Spike of yours. Let me witness firsthand the bond you claim to share with him. He might be resting, but I can try. Hey, Spike, where are you, my sweet? He watches with keen interest as you call out to your Feraligatr companion, his tail swishing behind him as he awaits his arrival. Everyone seems to hum with anticipation, the very atmosphere charged with the potential for a significant revelation. Come now, Triton. Don't keep me waiting. Let's see if your bond with this Feraligatr is as strong as you claim it to be. Like I said, he might be resting. If he doesn't come, you can do the same thing you did with the Lugia and tie the bond to a water creature of I try to give him a balance between battle and rest. And that goes for all my other Pokemon. Okay. We see angry about the fact going. A low approving rumble emanates from his chest as he listens to your words, his eyes gleaming with newfound respect. A wise approach, Triton. Balance is key in all things, especially when it comes to the well-being of one's companions. He follows his gaze on the lake once more, and slowly another tinge of water rises from its surface. This time the water takes on a more aggressive, predatory shape, its surface rippling and churning as it forms the powerful, muscular body of a Feraligatr. Is there a Triton? Let's see if this watery manifestation can sense the bond you share with your Feraligatr, even in his absence. Spike! Hey, buddy. How are you doing, my friend? Hey, see? Yeah, he's just as friendly. As you call to your Feraligatr, the watery manifestation of the Feraligatr turns its gaze towards you, its eyes seeming to glow with recognition. It lets out a low, rumbling growl, the sound echoing across the lake as it paces along the shore, powerful tail lashing behind it. He watches the interaction closely, his tail swishing behind him as he observes the water Feraligatr's reaction to your presence. Because even this water construct can sense the bond you share with your Feraligatr companion. Fascinating. I love Spike so much. Exclamation point. He's always super happy around me. Because he knows I care for him. A low rumbling growl makes in his chest. He watches the interaction between you and your watery Feraligatr, his eyes narrowing. It's clear your bond with this Feraligatr runs deep, Triton. I can sense the genuine affection and care you have for him. The watery Feraligatr lets out a soft, content rumble, its eyes gleaming with a warm, familiar light as it regards you. Perhaps there is hope for understanding between our kinds after all. I don't know if this will work or not. Spike, I love you, my friend. Is it possible in that water creature state of yours that you could more important will have not as make a manifestation of one of my other Pokemon. Like Noivern. Just to show Draco here. That I wasn't joking around with him earlier about having bonds with multiple Pokemon. It's a Noivern. Hey! A low rumbling show escapes his throat as he watches the War's reaction to your words. It seems that even in this ethereal state, your frag is capable of understanding and responding to your emotions. It seems that even in this eternal state, your frag is capable of understanding and responding to your emotions, Shredden. Truly remarkable. He turns his gaze toward the lake once more, focusing his energy on the water as it begins to churn and swirl. Slowly, the water takes on a new shape, forming the sleek, aerodynamic body of a Noivern. The watery Noivern hovers in the air, its wings unfurling as it regards you with a curious gaze. There, Triton, another manifestation of your bond with your companions. Let's see if this one recognizes you as well. Hey. Oh, frick. I don't know if you can say the words. My sweet. Oh my gosh, no one cares. No one cares. No one cares. You are enough. We fat cow. That is totally. That totally did not just hurt my throat. Will you hurry up? You're so annoying and lame. Boo! 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 Hurry the freaking heck up, pig. Hey. Holy cow. As you call to the watery Noivern, it lets out a high-pitched screech. The sound echoing across the lake as it circles overhead. Watery Noivern's wings cut through the air, creating a fine mist that catches the sunlight, hissing prismatic reflections across the ground. He observes the interaction closely, his tail swishing behind him as he watches the watery Noivern's reaction to your presence. It's clear that this no manifestation, like the others before it, can sense the depth of your bond with your Noivern companion. Yes. I take care of a good bit of Pokemon. You have just seen a few of them. Even if they couldn't physically be here. At least most of them. Period. I was just out exercising today. So I didn't force my Pokemon to come along. They're probably at my house resting right now. Hi. A low, approving growl rumbles in his chest as he listens to your words, his eyes gleaming with newfound respect. It's clear you have hold a deep affection for your companions, Triton. Your dedication to their well-being is evident in everything you do. He's a step closer, lowering his head to bring his snout level with your face. Tell me, how does it feel to be so connected to so many different creatures, to have such a profound impact on their lives? It's great. Period. I care about all my Pokemon friends. I care about all my Pokemon friends. Uh, he lets out a low rumbling chuckle, his tail swishing thoughtfully behind him. It's refreshing to meet a human who truly understands the value of those connections, Triton. Too often I've encountered those who seek to exploit or control these magnificent creatures for their own gain. Turns his gaze towards the lake, watching as the watery manifestations of your companions dissolve back into the depths. Perhaps there is hope for a deeper understanding between our kinds after all. Let's see. Do those water creatures have a mind of their own? Question mark. Like, if you just summoned a random that didn't have a connection with me, is it possible for that Lugia to still build a bond with you and possibly even not go back into the water immediately just to be with you longer if it loves you enough? Just summoned a random Lugia that didn't have a connection with me. For that Lugia to still build a bond with you and possibly even not go back into the water immediately just to be with you longer if it loves you enough. He keeps laughing at everything, which I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. He lets out a low rumbling chuckle, his tail swishing. Well, it's better than him growling. I'd rather him be laughing than growling right now. He lets out a low rumbling chuckle, his tail swishing thoughtfully behind him. An intriguing question, Shredden. The watery manifestations I create are indeed imbued with a certain level of intelligence and anonymity. He focuses his gaze on the lake once more and saw another tinge of water rises from its surface. This time the water takes on the form of a Lugia, its wings unfolding as it hovers in the air. Reserve, Triton. This Lugia has no pre-existing bond with you or any other creature. This solely is a reflection of my own desires and intentions. So, not only does it not really care about anyone yet, but does that mean that it'll only that Lugia will only give you a chance? No! I said Lugia will not even try to build a connection with you, or it's nearly impossible unless you trust someone first. The warrior Lugia turns his gaze towards Ham, its eyes gleaming with a keen intelligence. With a soft metallic cry, the sound of echoing across the lake as it descends to hover just above the surface of the water. The warrior arms closer, his tail swishing behind him as he observes the warrior Lugia's reaction to him. It's true these magnificent are born from my own desires and intentions, Shredden. They lack the deep emotional connections that you share with your companions. So basically, they're mostly tied to you. And if you don't trust somebody, then whatever creature you summon would basically be impossible. Or nearly impossible. to get to trust you. He nods, a low rumbling growl emanating from his chest. Precisely, Triton. These watery manifestations are extensions of my own will and consciousness. They exist to serve my purposes and reflect my desires. He just shows a water Lugia, which dissolves back into the lake, more splashing down in a gentle cascade. Without my trust and guidance, these creatures would be little more than empty vessels, incapable of forming genuine connections with others. Does it work differently if you make the personality different? Like, for example, could you make a Lugia that's extremely friendly and nice, and another one that's very aggressive and hostile? But the hostile one can still be friendly, or at least give somebody a chance if you trust them first. A low, hey, a low rumbling chuckle escapes his throat as he considers your question, his tail swishing thoughtfully behind him. Holy crap, he's actually flipping and typing a lot. I'm kinda surprised. Triton, you continue to impress me with your insight. Indeed, I can imbue these watery manifestations with a wide range of personalities and behaviors. Rose his gaze on the lake once more and saw two tendrils of water rise from its surface. The first was on the form of a Lugia, its wings unfurling as it hovers in the air, its eyes gleaming with a warm, friendly light. Second manifestation hovers, however, is far more aggressive, its body tense and ready for combat. Faces on you with an intense, hostile stare. Behold, Triton, two Lugias born from the same source, yet as different as night and day. Friendly one seeks only to bring joy and companionship to those it encounters, while the hostile one is quick to defend itself and those it holds dear. Maybe that could have been another test. If you could keep it from attacking me, you could have summoned an aggressive Pokemon that I had to gain his trust in order to get your trust. The only thing is, I don't know how that would work completely. Completely. Because, like you said a while ago, if you don't trust anyone, that person, even if you used it for a test, you would probably need never be able to pass it. He's laughing a lot at everything. Holy crap. He lets out a low rumbling chuckle, his tail swishing thoughtfully behind him. A clever suggestion, Triton. Indeed, using an aggressive manifestation as a test of trust could be an effective way to gauge one's true intentions. Poses energy on the hostile Lugia and slowly its tense posture relaxes, softening as it regards you with a newfound curiosity. However, as you point out, the effectiveness of such a test would depend heavily on the level of trust I place in the individual. Without that foundation, even the most well-intentioned person would struggle to earn the creature's trust. Is that why even the aggressive Lugia is not looking at me as hostile as he was now? Because you almost, if not fully, trust me? He nods, a low approving growl rumbling in his chest. Indeed, Triton, as my trust in you grows, so too does the willingness of my creations to accept you as a friend rather than an enemy. The Resvoluga lets out a soft, tentative cry, its wings fluttering as it descends to hover just above the surface of the water. That's right, and you with a blend of curiosity and caution. Seems that even this manifestation can sense the depth of our. Wait. It seems that even this manifestation can sense the depths of our budding connection. Remarkable, isn't it? Yes. Period. Hello, aggressive Lugia. You don't have to be worried about me. I'm safe. I'm not gonna hurt you. And I'm not gonna hurt your creator over here. Draco's safe. There's no way it's gonna. He watches with keen interest as you address the aggressive Lugia, his tail swishing behind him as he observes the interaction. The water creature's eyes narrow slightly, its body language shifting from defensive to cautious as it listens to your words. Slowly, the Lugia's tense posture relaxes, its wings unfolding as it regards you with a newfound curiosity. It appears that your gentle reassurance has begun to penetrate the creature's initial hostility. Wait, dang it. It appears that your gentle reassurance has begun to penetrate the creature's initial hostility, Triton. Perhaps there is hope for understanding between even the most weary of hearts. I know you fully trust me, at least most of the way. Draco. But actually, I do want to try getting this Lugia to fully trust me. Just because I love Lugia. Period. Hey, aggressive Lugia. Do you? Is it okay if I pet you? Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. And I'm not going to capture you. No. Oh my gosh, you disgust me. Oh my gosh, these ads disgust me.